Oh, that's a miss hit. I think the forgiveness might be a lie. It's currently 12 a.m. The wife and kids are asleep, and Global Golf just sent me the brand new TaylorMade Stealth 2 Plus driver to test out. Today we're gonna be putting this bad boy up against the $300 cheaper TaylorMade M4 to see if this thing is worth the hype and the extra $300, or you're better off just buying used at Global Golf and getting the TaylorMade M4. Now with the control group, the TaylorMade M4, the numbers were good. Carry average 263, total distance 288 yards, ball speed 161 miles an hour on average, club speed 109 miles per hour on average, and smash factor averaged out at 1.48. Pretty tough numbers to beat. Now let's bring it over to the TaylorMade Stealth 2 Plus. Oh, that should be straight. I don't think it went very far though. Now that carry, I would say that was not hit perfectly. That's gonna be really low comparative to what I would say the M4 usually carries for me. Oh, that should be decent on the face. 256. So I think my initial worry here is I struggle with getting the ball launched high enough. So my vertical launch angle, I really want that above 10 degrees. And I have a feeling with this low spin driver, if you're someone who does not have a swing speed above 110, and you struggle getting it up, I don't know if this will be the driver for you. Now we've all seen the commercials. This driver is supposed to offer forgiveness.
Forgiveness.
Now what is forgiveness really? What is that? That's basically meaning if you hit the center of the face, is the ball still gonna go far? And what I think that's really referring to is smash factor. What is your ball speed output compared to your club speed on average? And I have to say, so far on day one, I have not been impressed. That felt great. Never mind. Oh, club speed's good. Smash factor, not as high as I would like there. That felt like it was piped. Man. So right now I feel like the difference is when I feel like I pipe the M4, I feel like I'm carrying 270. With the Stealth Plus, that's 255. Now the smash is there, so I got the ball speed out of it, a very low spinning shot, but my guess is that launch angle is just not gonna play well. You really wanna be around 12 to 18 degrees with the launch angle, and I think that's probably what is killing the distance, but it's gonna get you a good amount of roll if we're spinning that low. Now, the reason I wanted to review this driver first is because I think this is the coolest looking driver I've ever seen, apart from the carbon face. I'm not a fan of the red face. Now, if this was red steel, red metal, I think that would look really cool, but everything else is absolutely gorgeous. I think I look at the bottom of this driver, I see that matte red finish on the back, and I just think it looks amazing. When you have that head cover off in your bag, people will look at that and they will go, wow, this is sweet. The bottom, perfect design for me. The top, nice and sleek, looks great at a dress. Now again, the only thing that could make this a 10 out of 10 looking driver for me is if they replaced the carbon face and made this a red steel. Similar to how Mizuno does that blue steel. That was hit good. Okay, 266. Still not above 10 launch angle. That should roll pretty well. That felt like it's a low runner. 294, that is a lot of roll, and that's partially gonna be because of the launch angles. That was hit okay. 254, all right, some decent forgiveness there. Decent launch angle. Now, if this really offered more forgiveness than the TaylorMade M4, I should see that smash factor higher on average than the M4, but so far through my tests, I just haven't seen it. Now, we'll compare the numbers at the very end, but so far, I think the forgiveness might be a little bit of a lie compared to some of their earlier drivers. Oh, that's a mishit. Holy cow, that club speed was terrible. With the Stealth Plus, I feel like when I'm swinging it well, club speed's very similar to the M4, but if I feel like my swing isn't perfect, I didn't have one M4 shot drop below 105 on the club speed, and that's 100 right there. Now, the Stealth 2 Plus driver, if you wanna buy this thing brand new, it's gonna come in with tax shipping probably around $700. The M4 comes in at $300. So if we're gonna pay an extra $300 some, this thing better put out some serious numbers. Nothing. Club speed slow. I don't think I've had one shot with this club so far where I felt like I hit it good. It went all the right numbers, all the right distance, and I probably had at least 6 or 7 of those with the M4. Even that, only 246 carry. You know, I don't think any smash factors above 140 with the M4 were less than 250 carry.
Now, one of the biggest things that TaylorMade has added with the Stealth 2 Plus is the asymmetric inertia generator. I have no clue what that means.
That should be a decent one. Okay, that's the best. That is the best one of the night. 262 carry, above 10 launch angle, and that's gonna roll a long ways. That is a low spinner right there. Now, what I'll say, that 262 carry, that was my average with the M4. That was my average carry with the M4.
Now, one of the more overlooked things when you're buying a driver is the sound. The sound for me is a make or break between a confident driver swing and you second guessing yourself off the tee. If you can hit a ball and just hear that solid ping off the driver, it just gives you that confidence you need to crush the club. And I have to say, it sounds pretty good. Now, I would still take the sound of the M4. I like that metal face better than the carbon face, but for a carbon face, I like the sound of it. It's a little lower and probably a little quieter. I hit this thing, like I said, at 12 a.m. and my neighbor didn't call the cops on me or text me. And she'll usually do that if I'm hitting driver late at night. That sounds like a joke. It is not a joke. I have had the cops called on me.
Okay.
Now, with the Stealth 2 Plus, you are gonna get a little less forgiveness and a little lower spin. So the lower spin should add some distance, but my worry, if you don't have very high swing speeds and a higher launch angle, this may actually end up giving you less distance. Now, we're gonna do more tests later, but right off the bat, I think this is probably a driver best fit for guys with swing speeds plus 110 and an ability to get it up.
Oh, it was terrible. Holy smokes.
And I have to say, first round of testing, I was not impressed. Carry average was 246. Total distance average was 270 yards. Both carry and total distance on day one was about 18 yards shorter with the Stealth 2 Plus. Now, the thing that was most concerning to me with the Stealth 2 Plus, my club speed average, 106.8 miles per hour, more than 2 miles per hour slower. That doesn't seem like a huge deal, but that's a big deal. You're talking about 6 yards less on average with the Stealth 2 with those club speeds. But maybe the forgiveness makes up for it, but it didn't on day one. Smash factor average 145. Across the board, numbers were worse, but maybe it's a little more accurate, but it wasn't. Offline average with the Stealth 2 Plus, 25 yards. With the M4, we're looking at 21. Now, before everyone freaks out, this was just day one testing. I have this driver for 2 weeks. I plan to do my due diligence on it. I don't want to judge a driver from just one day of testing. It can take time to master these things, get these things down. So here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna keep testing this thing every day. We are gonna have around 7 to 8 other golfers ranging from 6 to 20 handicaps all in to test this thing out. Now, day one, it doesn't look good, but we're gonna see if the Stealth 2 Plus can make a comeback by the end of my time with it.